What the hell? Oh my god, no way.
Now we've all seen how the beginning after the end anime looks by this point, and it's interesting to say the least. I've only read the manhwa up to chapter 100 something, and honestly it was pretty good, so seeing it get this kind of adaptation is just depressing. I mean seriously, the second they announced Studio A-Cat was handling it, we all just knew it was gonna be rough. Take a quick look at A-Cat's other works on my anime list. It speaks for itself. Brothers were out here claiming it was gonna be the Mushoku Tensei killer before the announcement even dropped. I mean, it's just funny. Anyways, let's take a quick look at the anime before you judge. I'm Nemo, and I like capping about my favorite anime and manga. Except today, it's gonna be a little bit of professional shitposting. Right, now to be fair, A-Cat is literally a small studio. I can't even be mad at them directly. They probably outsourced half the show anyway. The real person I'm side-eyeing here is the author himself, the one and only Turtle Me. Dude did an interview with Crunchyroll the other day, and somehow, he just made everything worse. He said he picked A-Cat because the director apparently showed genuine passion for the source material. And yeah, there were other studios interested, which only makes this hurt even more. However, Turtle Me did later clarify on Reddit that after signing, he basically had minimal control over the anime's production. He explained that, unlike his experience with the novel and webcomic, he was mostly sidelined. You can find the full post floating around Reddit. I'm too lazy to link it, sorry. Honestly though, even if a halfway decent studio had picked it up, it still would have had an uphill battle. There's just too much regression and isekai content flooding the anime scene right now. At this point, if you're not coming with Mappa, Bones, Ufotable, or maybe Madhouse level production, you're getting ignored. And trust me, the beginning after the end would have needed that level of animation to stand out. Now the internet is absolutely modding, begging for a remake. And I don't even blame them after witnessing the hot garbage we got. Apparently fans even started a petition for a remake and it hit 50,000 signatures. 50,000. Bro, even Berserk didn't get a proper remake yet, and we're out here coping for tbate this hard? I respect it honestly. And it's not like the source material is some random underground thing either. Tbate is pretty popular, and honestly the manhwa is solid. I'm not even the biggest fan of it in the world or anything, but even I can tell it deserved better than whatever this anime was supposed to be. It's just painful seeing something that had so much potential get done this dirty. People keep coping, saying it'll get better later. Bro, no, it won't. If you couldn't animate the first episode decently, you're not suddenly putting out some ufotable tier work in episode 10. Let's be real. Plus, the studio is already outsourcing almost all of the anime to smaller contractors, and not the good kind either. And the pacing, legit criminal. They somehow speedrun the entire early arcs like it was a YouTube recap video. Arthur's whole childhood trauma arc, all the build up, the emotional weight, squashed into 2.5 minutes. I was sitting there like, bro, what just happened? And suddenly Arthur's a grown man throwing hands. To make it worse, they tried to cover the stiff animation with flashy particle effects and shaky cam. Like, bro, I see the sideshow under there. You're not slick. Some of those fight scenes looked like they were animated on PowerPoint, genuinely. But in the end, I feel bad for the voice actors. They're in the booth giving it their all, just for the characters to move at 3 frames per second. And they even fumbled some of the most emotional moments too. Anime-only watchers probably won't even realize why Arthur's story hits so hard for a lot of people later on. The anime just makes him feel like another copy-paste OP isekai protagonist grinding side quests. At this point, the only beginning is the beginning of the end for this adaptation. Anyways, that's about it for this one. I'm honestly just hoping the tbate anime becomes one of those so bad it's funny shows at this point, because if I have to take it seriously, I might lose my mind. If you liked hearing me ramble or roast about this, make sure to drop a like, comment what you think about this mess, and maybe even subscribe if you're feeling generous. Or don't, I'm not your mom. Catch you all in the next one. Peace.